Hey y'all, welcome back to Mama Loves Manga. So today is going to be another manga chat. It's going to be a 2-for-1. Wow, I was hoping to make this more smooth. I'm going to be talking about 2 food-based series. One of them is Antique Bakery by Fumi Yoshinaga, and the other is Giant Spider and Me by Kikori Morino. Which one do I want to start with? Let's start with Antique Bakery. Fumi Yoshinaga is the same mangaka behind one of my favorite series of all time, Oku: The Inner Chambers. I am quickly becoming enamored with her, and I'm like on this quest to collect as much as I can. Sort of like how I'm obsessed with Clamp. I'm becoming obsessed with her work as much as I love Clamp for their ornate and very detailed and elaborate art style. I love Fumi Yoshinaga's style for its simplicity. So let me show you. Her style is very clean and simple. I will say one downside is that a lot of the characters tend to look fairly similar. Although her characters might look very similar, their reactions, their facial expressions are very different depending on their personality and what's going on. So I think she does an excellent job with having her characters emote with their faces. Isn't that what emote means? Her art style is very distinctive, very stylized, and it can be a little bit confusing, except for the fact that she's very skilled at making the characters feel like individual people through their personality, through their facial expressions, the way they speak. She is so good at that, and I actually do really like her art style. It's nice. All right, so moving on to the story. On the surface, Antique Bakery seems like it's really about the bakery. It's about these 3 men who are working together in this bakery and serving delicious food and meeting different people and getting sort of like, you're getting little slices of these individual people's lives and how everyone kind of intermingles, and that's just the surface. If you are like me and you are very curious and interested in reading stories about people, whether they are fictional or real, you will enjoy this. Thank you, Fumi Yoshinaga, for having a character sheet. You have Eiji Kanda. He's 21 years old, and he was a boxer. Keiichiro Tachibana, he's 32, he's the owner of the bakery. Then you have Yusuke Ono, who is also 32, and he is gay and dealt with a lot of issues when he was a kid, and of course, like bullied and things like that. But now he's like sort of like a Casanova type. Like, his storyline is kind of funny because he's been fired, and it's not funny, but he's been fired a lot of times because these men have fallen in love with him. And then after he because he's a player, he I don't know, basically these men are being scorned by him, and they get in their feelings and they fire him, and it's not funny, but it kind of is. The 4th guy is Chikage Kobayakawa. The 4th guy is Chikage Kobayakawa. Wow. He's 34. He and Keiichiro have known each other since they were children. His backstory is also very interesting. All 4 have led very interesting lives, and it's fun to get to know them throughout this series. I would say my one complaint about the story is that it wasn't long enough. I just don't think that 4 volumes was quite long enough for me to get the resolution that I wanted. The final volume definitely ends not so much on a cliffhanger. It kind of leaves you with the feeling of, okay, at the end of the day, we all have our problems. Many of us may have traumas, but we still have to keep going. And that's kind of how the ending felt. But I wanted a little bit more resolution, and I wanted to see if certain characters ended up together. I'm realizing that these slice of life type stories really are my favorite. It's my jam. I just love reading about people. I love it. So I guess I kind of did characters and story together. So we'll just go ahead and skip to the final question, which is, would I recommend this? I want to say that I would recommend Antique Bakery because it is a good story and it's a short series. It's only 4 volumes. However, it is out of print. One thing that I think is really cool is that this does come with a scratch and sniff on every single cover, and this one actually works. It does smell like that scratch and sniff chocolate scent. Every single cover has a little spot that you can scratch and sniff, but most of these don't work, unfortunately. Yeah, this one kind of smells like lime, but also, I don't know, it doesn't work that well. This one doesn't work. I'm gonna guess that volume 2 was new and the other 3 were used. If you're okay with having a little bit of damage and like yellowed pages, I would highly recommend that you pick this up. Like I said, it's only 4 volumes, and I did manage to find them fairly inexpensive on Amazon, but I'm sure you could check out places like, what is it? Is it Right Stuff Anime? Anyway, moving on to the next series, which is Giant Spider and Me by Kikori Morino. This series, this art style is very detailed, very cute. She's cooking something with pumpkin. Let's keep going. Oh yeah, she made pumpkin dumplings, y'all. Here's the recipe right here that I have not tried, but maybe one day I will. These are pumpkin dumplings. It looks so freaking good. Look at that steam. Look. The main character is drawn so adorably, and even the giant spider is super cute. If I saw him in real life, I wouldn't think he was that cute, but in 2D form, he's adorable. I just want to pet him. This is making me hungry. Turnip soup. I've never had turnip soup, but that sounds delicious. And actually, I have a lot of these ingredients in our house right now, including mirin and soy sauce and sake. Shoot, let me go find some turnips and make some turnip soup. I love the art. Let's move on to the story. When I saw the word post-apocalyptic, I think I was expecting something a little bit darker. And yes, there are some dark undertones. In certain places, there are certain characters who have issues with the giant spider. They are afraid of him and they want to get rid of him. So there's a darkness to that. There's also a scene where there are wolves and Nagi almost gets attacked, but the giant spider swoops in and saves her, and he's scary. He goes from being this cute, albeit large and with big fangs, but for the most part, he seems very cute and loving and friendly, but in that moment, he becomes vicious and a little bit frightening. She definitely has a moment where she's like, oh man, can I really be friends with you? Because I saw what you did there. It's such a story of friendship and love and understanding each other and realizing that they are both different, but they also are the same, and they are bonding over food. And she meets other people throughout the story who also love food. Like I don't want to give too much away. I really just think that it's such a wonderful story. It's very heartwarming and cozy and lovely. And there's actual recipes in here, which I love because I can actually go and try them, possibly, maybe. I'll probably make Matt do it though. I'll make my husband do it because he likes to cook more than I do, and I like to eat. So as far as characters go, of course you have the main girl, Nagi, and her giant spider friend, who she named, but I cannot remember what name she gave him. She meets a father and daughter duo and becomes friends with them, and they are just great. Actually, I thought the father was a little creepy at first. I was worried. I thought he was gonna be some creeper that was gonna like abuse her. But thankfully the story didn't go in that direction. He ended up being actually a decent guy who was just traveling through and realized that she was by herself and wanted to help. and his daughter also comes into the picture, and she ends up becoming really good friends with Nagi, and they are just adorable together. And then there's another guy who also seems a little bit creepy at first, but then you find out that he owns an amazing restaurant. It's just, this story is full of interesting characters. There's a grandma character who can cook. I can't even get into all of the characters. I don't really have a favorite. They all add something to the story. They are all great. There is one that I don't really like, but he redeems himself in the end, so it's fine. It's just, the characters are all great. They are very well written. They grow and change, and it's wonderful. Oh. So in the end, would I recommend this story? Absolutely, 100% yes. It's pretty new, so it is still in print. You could probably go to your local bookstore, whether it's Barnes & Noble's, Books A Million. You can go on Amazon. Wherever you buy your manga, you can go there, and I'm sure you can find this. It's only 3 volumes, so it's very short, very sweet, worth it. Pick it up. I will stand for this series. It's just everything that I love in a wholesome, food-based, slice of life manga series. It's so good. All right, so that's the end of this manga chat with Mama. I hope y'all enjoyed this. If y'all have read any of these titles, let's talk about it in the comments, because I am very curious. I know on Instagram, a few of y'all have said that you love Antique Baker. You've watched the anime or you've read the series and you enjoy it. And I know I've also convinced a couple of people to look into Giant Spider, despite the fact that they don't like spiders. Listen, y'all, I despise spiders. I am terrified of them. When I tell you that I don't leave my house in the summertime because of spiders, I am not exaggerating. I have developed extreme agoraphobia because of spiders. Last year, somehow we ended up with these huge garden spiders. I'm talking huge, probably bigger than this, like as big as my hand. Freaking spiders as big as my hand. And there was one that was in a place where it wasn't bothering me. I didn't have to look at it unless I walked over there, so I was fine. But then we ended up getting more, like 3 more. One on our back porch, one just on my window that y'all can't see, but there's on the window, and then another one on a front window. And I was like, I can't go outside. But I love Giant Spider in me. It is so cute, and he doesn't look like an actual spider. He looks just cartoony enough that it's fine. Now again, if I saw him in real life, I would run because he's big. Okay, actually I probably wouldn't even run. I think I would play dead because I feel like he's fast and he could chase me. I'm not that fast, y'all, so I would just fall down and play dead. Anyway, let's talk about these series in the comments section. I love talking to y'all. I really have been surprised at how many people have come and not only just left comments, but left legit paragraphs, and I love it. I feel like we have a rapport, like we're friends. So let's talk in the comments, and on that note, I'm gonna go. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.